We are just about halfway through December, my gentlemen and my gentle ladies, and we have yet to put up the two symbols of the season. The most well-known one, the Christmas tree, and the most important one, the Nativity. You like that little rhymey thing I did there? No? Well, I do, so suck it up. We're going to start with, of course, the most important one, the Nativity. Let's gather a few materials first, because we're going to need a lot of hay. There was a lot of hay in that time. Well, not necessarily in that time, but there was a lot of hay in a manger. Look at all these boats I have around here. Here's something to think about while I do this. My grandfather once preached a sermon about the story of Jesus' birth, but from the eyes of the angels. The angels in heaven must have been in such shock. Imagine your ruler doing what he did. If you read the book of Isaiah, he had a vision of meeting with God, and it described God, the holy being so huge and magnificent that his robe fills the temple. It's an image of grandeur. Now, God is 3 in 1, a concept hard to explain, but the angels definitely knew what it represented to have Jesus, God's Son and fully God, himself go down to earth. Not only did he go down to earth, but he was going to go down and be born as the lowest of lowest in such circumstances that, because there were no rooms at any ends, he was born in a feeding trough, where cattle ate from, in a stable. Can you imagine the angels' reactions to this? What they must have thought for the most holy of beings to be willing to put himself in such a lowly position? It would have been a shock for sure to the angels, those who serve God and sing praises to him. And then, to first announce Jesus' coming to some lowly shepherds in a field at night, not only that, but the angels have to go to these shepherds and sing the praise of Jesus to them. Sometimes, we can forget what a magnificent act of humility and love God did for us, to put himself in that position. How he truly went from the highest throne and put himself on this earth as the lowest form. I'm sure we can all understand just how awful the world can be, and God does too. Does he put himself in it? He grew up and died in historically the most brutal known way to mankind because of such a world. If we saw it through the angel's eyes, would we understand how seemingly insane that act would be? And why? To what point did he subject himself to this fate? Because he loves us? He knew mankind needed saving. He knew only a sinless sacrifice to end all the limited sacrifices before could truly mend that broken barrier between man and God. And in doing so, he also wanted us to know that he understands our humanly hurt. Oh, to be an angel that Christmas night. To ask God, why would you do this for humans? Why would you do this to yourself? Only to hear the answer that's, because I love them. Alrighty, I'm thinking that we have enough stuff right now. Man, I really don't make good use of shoulders. Thank you for listening to my little story. Let's see how far these ingredients take us. This is the time when I tell you to like and subscribe. Thanks. Alright, I'm thinking like right around here, but we need to snow block this up a little more. Make this a little bit wider. There we go. Yeah. Because the nativity needs to be like right as you're coming in. Right? Maybe a few more blocks of snow. Oh, I didn't think that would happen. Ah, how much of this is powder snow? Where is snow? We. Oh, that was bad. Just gonna expand out a little more. Alright. I decided it's going to be an oak to kind of stand out. Oh, we're also going to want... Definitely. Some of these. Let's grab out our hay bales, because the ground's going to be hay. Because this is a feeding trough. It could be one further back. Told y'all we're going to need a lot of hay. Well... Eh. My gosh. That's not going to be enough room. I have Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. So let's make this one wider on each side. I don't imagine this to be the best inn in town that provided them with space. So this is going to have some holes in the ceiling. Of course, the animals can't get out. Ooh, should I put animals in this? I'm going to put some animals in this. Because it was a barn. It was a feeding trough, guys. He was born literally in a stable. So, who are we to say anything? Let us work now on baby Jesus. Ah, I got too many. By one click. Baby Jesus was laid in a manger. Does that have to look like that? There we go. Kind of like that. We will have a button for his head, because I don't have another idea. And then, do we still have any red wool? And that's baby Jesus! Oh my gosh. That's pretty rough. Oh man, I suck at building. Why did I think this was a good idea? Okay, we just need 2 armor stands. One for Mary, one for Joseph. Where's the leather? Okay. This one's Mary. This one's Joseph, but it's up to you to decide in your head which one's actually which, because I realize that'd be confusing. I'm guessing Mary in white. And a blue hat. And now for some animals. Unfortunately, I decided that's a good idea. So, because I had the idea, I'm going to stick to it. Come here, cow. Come here, cow. Come here. Come here. Come here. Mama don't like that. Mama don't like that. Mama, it coming for Mama. It coming for Mama. How do I get away? How do I get away from me? I thought you couldn't leave your forest. You're so freaking fast! Why is there so much powder snow? Okay, well that was gonna die anyways. Yoink! Cow! Okay, you come this way, because I'm not going back to the freaking pale forest again. The Creakin can freaking suck it. Oh, Mary and Joseph! Mama brought you a cow. Which would have actually been very, generous back then. Hey, stop walking on baby Jesus. So, canonically, actually, in this area of the world and time of the world, um, this actually would have taken place, Christmas would have actually taken place in October or somewhere around there because there was no 12 months on the calendar. There was, I think there was like 2 less. So canonically, Christmas actually happened. Jesus' birth actually happened in October, which is fine. It's fine that we celebrate it now, as long as we're celebrating it. Um, but yeah, there were fewer calendar days. The cow would have been very generous. Because livestock was a decent currency way back when. Does this count? Nope. I don't know. I didn't know if snow counted as a thunderstorm or not, but apparently it doesn't. And that's our nativity scene. It's not the best. So a lot of people depict Mary as an all white in a blue headpiece, head garment. Um, why are you standing in Joseph? And then Joseph is kind of whatever. Are you stuck? Okay. Stop! And then Jesus was wrapped in swaddling cloth, and I don't know exactly what that looked like back then, but I gave him a red blanket because he's a baby. He needs a blanket. And they were born in a stable, so he definitely needs a blanket. Now, this is the Nativity, and it depicts the origins of Christmas. Without the coming of Jesus, there'd be no Christmas at all. So we have now the religious centerpiece of Christmas. Now here's where we're putting the, what do you want to call this? Festive centerpiece of Christmas. The Christmas tree. Alright. Please let none of this be powdered snow. I will cry. I am very pregnant. I saw a design for this on TikTok that I kind of want to try. Okay, they're gonna be super tall. In my family, we always had this tradition where we hid an ornament that looked like a pickle on the tree. It blends in really well, trust me. When we went to Grandma's, it would be up there and we would all rush to find it, and if we did, we'd get $1 or some small prize. The true prize was finding it though and bragging about it. And the next day, it would be up there again after a night's sleep. I was the only one to really keep up the tradition going for every time for a while. Last Christmas was mine and my husband's first Christmas together as our own little family. I almost cried when my grandma had sent my mom down with the pickle ornament. I moved so much as a military child, so the little traditions I was able to keep meant so much to me. I was so scared of what would happen to the pickle now that I'm all grown. As silly as it sounds, it meant so much to me to receive that pickle. Now Gable has little brothers that come over sometimes, and when they are over at our house during the season, they search for the pickle on our tree. And soon we're gonna have our own little boy who will search for that same pickle. Though it'll be a few years for him to actually know what he's doing. It was my favorite tradition, even more than putting the star on the tree. Speaking of putting the star on the tree, let's put the star on the tree. There's our wonderful Christmas tree. You can still see the glowstone up there. Well, it might not be the nativity scene, but the Christmas tree is a different sort of symbol for Christmas. It's what we gather around as family and friends, the very families that, God gave us. God gave us so much joy and laughter to spend around this tree. It's more than just the presents, because when you look all the way across the way, in the light of the tree, is the Nativity. You understand that Jesus was the most wonderful present any of us could ask for. Hi, cow. All right. Now you might think we're all done. We have the tree, we have the nativity. There's actually one other tradition that I do. I got really sad one year thinking, man, why do we all get presents on Jesus' birthday? And Jesus gets nothing. And what do we all have on our birthdays? One moment. A cake. Well, I hope you have a cake. I love cake. My husband. Oh, we'll eat so much cake, it's insane. It's insane. Let's go make a cake. Now, I could just get it from this dude over here. Hello, villager. But I always make my own cake. Well, usually it's a box cake mix. But I always make my own cake for Jesus. So we're gonna make our own cake. What do you need for a cake in Minecraft? An egg, sugar, wheat. 3 cups of milk? Is that real? And next to our cookies and milk, we have the birthday cake for Jesus. I almost just ate some of it because I was hungry. Let's put some other things in there. And these are our symbols of Christmas. We have the nativity scene, the massive Christmas tree. Maybe I should put some glowstone on it to make it light up a little more. Maybe I'll do that. And then our birthday cake. Now over here, you can see I've already made a path to this. But we need our sauna built. I think we've got some things in here. Why is there wool in here? I don't know. But we have our sauna area that we're gonna have a little hot spring so that we can relax. Having built all this wonderful stuff, we can relax in our sauna. So we need not sauna. Not a sauna. It's a freaking hot tub. It's a hot springs. That's what it is. Oh my gosh, why do I keep calling it a sauna? But that is what we're going to do. Thank you, my gentlemen and my gentle ladies, for watching this episode. I do hope that you enjoyed it, and we'll come back to watch us make a sauna. Not... Oh... a hot springs. Like and subscribe. Good night.